I'm News4JAX Chief Meteorologist David Eckert. Well, we are now pushing into the month of February. Got the book closed on the month of January. No doubt about it, it was a warm January across the entire area. Much of the month featured above average temperatures, despite the fact we had some sharp cool downs in very brief periods. And if you're saying to yourself, boy, it feels super warm for January, you would be right. In fact, to close out the month, we just didn't break records. We set all-time January records. On January 30th, we got all the way to 87 degrees. That is the new all-time January record in Jacksonville. What does that mean? Well, in all of weather recorded history in Jacksonville, it has never been 87 degrees. And what's even more impressive is the next day on the 31st, we got to 86 degrees. So that's the second all-time January record high temperature. That breaks the old record that's last set on January 3rd, 2020 and January 30th, 2013 of 85 degrees. So is the warmth going to continue into February? Early part of the month, the answer looks to be yes. It looks like we're going to be talking about temperatures once again above average. And part of this is the fact we have a ridge of high pressure that's developed into parts of the Bahamas. It's been kind of a pesky system. And what that's been doing is kind of protecting this whole corridor from very strong cold fronts and from cold air. And what that allows to happen is the temperature kind of slowly rises. It's called building warmth. So we start off cool one day, then the next day gets a little bit warmer, the day after that gets a little bit warmer, the day after that gets a little bit warmer. That's what's been going on, and that's why we've gotten very close to record high temperatures, especially over the last week or so. And it looks like for the entire month of February, more warmth in store, warmer than average conditions anticipated across all of the southeastern United States, including Georgia, Alabama, the entire state of Florida, and South Carolina. Average high temperature in February, early February is upper 60s. We go to the low 70s late in the month, so it looks like we're going to be talking about a lot of 70s and maybe even some 80s for the month of February. Now, we could use some rainfall, and it looks like we may be getting some. In fact, you can see wetter than average conditions forecast for much of the area for the early part of the month. That'd be good news because we could use some rainfall across the area. However, week 3, week 4, looking a little bit drier. So overall, it looks like as we head into the back end of the month, we'll probably end up being average, if not a little bit below average here with drier than normal conditions anticipated, especially Jacksonville and points to the south. So we're probably going to get some rainfall, but not the amount we really need, and we are getting to the point where we could use some rainfall, especially as we get closer and closer to our brush and wildfire season in the months of March, April, and May. So bottom line, if you like the warm weather in January, you're probably going to like the month of February. I'm Assistant Chief Meteorologist David Eckert for Channel 4, the local station.